for the WBA Featherweight Championship live on Showtime.
I was trying to.
Star Sports and TGB Promotions.
I was trying to see what was going on with Cuellar. It looked like they thought he wasn't going to make weight. So he did weigh in at 124, and Abner Mares at 126. Now, this is for the WBA World title. Carl Frampton is the WBA Super World Champion, and he's taking on Leo Santa Cruz again January the 28th of 2017 in Las Vegas. I'm wondering, how is Abner Mares getting a title shot after being on for almost, I guess you could say, like a year and a half, or almost a year and a half, you know, and he's fighting for the WBA World title, and Jesus Cuellar feels that he should be WBA Super World Champion, and it shouldn't have been the winner. It should have been him versus Carl Frampton and not Leo Santa Cruz, but it's the WBA. I really don't want to, get too much in it with that organization. But anyway, I like Abner Mares. But the problem is, I don't want to say that he's damaged, but with the Leo Santa Cruz fight, we saw that if he doesn't have the power, then he has to rely on outboxing you and outpunching. Really, he's not going to outbox you. He has to rely on outpunching you. When we saw what happened with Johnny Gonzalez, it was almost like, his soul was taken a little bit. And that rematch is pretty much dead and gone because Johnny Gonzalez, he had a nice little run, but, he's been defeated since. So, even though Jesus Cuellar has his issues, for example, I remember the Victor Archinian fight. Victor Archinian was tagging him with that left hand, but Victor Archinian couldn't keep it up because, for one, he was the smaller fighter, and also he's not in his prime anymore. He has a TKO defeat to a fighter by the name of Oscar Escandón, and you can watch that on YouTube. So we've seen that he can, get tagged up a little bit. But if you look at his resume, his resume is pretty solid. Jonathan Oquendo, Victor Archinian, you can't count Ruben Tamayo, because his name rhymes with tomato, and he fought Gary Russell Jr. Juanma Lopez, when he was on, well, technically Juanma is kind of back, even though a trainer almost laid him out, but that's a whole different story. So it's really going to be interesting to see what Abner Mares can do, because I feel the only way he has a chance, only two ways he has a chance to win is if he doesn't get knocked out, right? And he's able to outpunch and outwork, Jesus Cuellar, because I'm sorry, I'm seeing Abner Mares getting knocked out. And if he doesn't get knocked out, he's going to take some clean, shots, and it's going to be a brutal fight. But either way, it has the potential to be the fight of the night. So as you know, tomorrow, December the 10th, 2016, there's a lot of fights. I'm already feeling it. I put out like 30 videos already this week, and tomorrow I got to put out at least 10 or 15. Or some old crazy shit like that. So it's starting really early in the morning, like 3 a.m. in the morning, depending on, if you're in the East or West or not, with Andy Ruiz and Joseph Parker for the WBO heavyweight title. Then you have that card going on over in Manchester in the UK. That's going to have Callum Smith, Luis Ortiz versus David Allen, Dylan White, Derek Chisora. I'm missing Scott Quigg returns. Yafi's on that card. You have Anthony Joshua versus John Molina for the IBF title. Then you have Ray Beltran versus Mason Menard. You have John Molina, Terrence Crawford. What else? You have so many of them. You have Chavez Jr. who's returning, and then you have Julian J. Rock Williams and Jermall Charlo for the IBF title on this card that I'm talking about with Abner Mares and Jesus Cuellar. So this fight could potentially be the fight of the night, or it could end up with the knockout of the night, of the day. It could be, but either way, this is a fight, even though for some reason it's not getting too much buzz, maybe because the whole day is just busy with so much different boxing. Still, this is a fight that, you have to watch it. It's Mexican style. Somebody's getting beat the fuck up. I'm sorry. Even though he's from Buenos Aires, Argentina, but Buenos Aires, but somebody's getting beat the fuck up. So it's time for me to end this day, go to bed early, because right now it's almost 7 p.m., so I know I'm going to probably be pulling like a 24 or 25-hour shift with all this boxing. So I'm TstreeT Controversy. This is TstreeT Controversy Live. I cover every single major fight live. All the links to my social media are right down below in the description box. I'm also going to do my best to make sure I upload as many highlights, brief highlights, to give you little, news bits on the fight throughout the night on my social media. The link is right down below. Please subscribe.